So I bought that blue Mini Cooper. Someone put diesel in it and it doesn't run anymore. It is a good feeling to see it all in one color. Unfortunately, little do these boys know that their worst nightmare is being built right around the corner and at their shop. I've always thought it'd be cool to have cops be friends with us, like summer nights when we're here late and they're just sitting in their patrol cars just waiting for something to happen. I always thought it'd be cool to just have them hang out with us. I don't know. All right, so we got some of that out of there, so I'm gonna keep going on that right now. Goal is just to get the interior clean. Don't have a whole lot of time tonight, but that's what I'm gonna get cracking on. Oh, hiccup, sorry. That's what I'm gonna get cracking on right now. Just stripping all that stuff out and stop my hiccuping. No more carpet for El Jeep vet thing. I for sure thought I was going to fall over and make you laugh. So hopefully I made you laugh without hurting my body. Oh, the trash can even lived. That's gonna be a pain in the butt to throw in the dumpster now. So we got a lot of that side taken off the back, and we got all this, I think what was on here was actually for heat, but these Corvettes are also made for elderly gentlemen who have saved their whole lives and don't want heat, and there's also plastic that normally goes here, so I'm not worried about it. So this, I think, is all aftermarket, judging by the duct tape. I think it's just sound deadening, and doesn't come off super easy. Like, it's not hard, but it doesn't come off all in one shot. So, got a little bit more time left, but that's what we're doing. You've formally met my trash can now, so we're gonna keep rolling. This is what happens when you have a little shop and you have to paint. So you have to push everything outside. And because we live in Colorado, it was raining real lightly when I put it outside. And then when I went to bring it back in, I had all this on it. I need a bigger shop, ideally. And a snow scraper would be cool too. Jeep doors also got their first snow and hood, so that's cool. My beautiful fish-eyed queer, I'm sorry this has happened to you. It's okay, we will fix you. Yes, we will fix you. Back to where you came from, evil snow. Get away. Oh my gosh, that's cold. Okay, it's really cold. Okay. Look at how wet that is. It just, look at it melting in my hand. Boo. like to update you on two things. One, sticky stuff does not sand well, and this is a pain in the butt. Two, there's a lot of random metal edges on here that are sharp. I hurt my pinky, and then I noticed blood on my other finger, and I thought it was from my pinky link, and turns out I slit my finger just sideways like a big fat paper cut. I didn't even know it. So that's your update. This sucks. Yes, I'm going to clean it later, but good as new. Here's what's going on, friends. So there's a bunch of sticky stuff everywhere. So there's a bunch right here. Right along here, there's like a clear bra or something. So we got all that off. Now what I'm about to do, well, actually, I got the rest of basically the remaining of the parts getting painted is all sand. This is all prepped as much as I'm going to. So this is going to be the same color as the rest of the car, and then this is all just going to be the flat black or rhino line or something, don't know yet. So I'm going to do a couple little welds right along here just to make this and this a little more sturdy, just so this isn't wobbling around. It feels pretty good, but we're just gonna, I mean, that's never mind. Okay, we're gonna redo this cage at some point because this is very pointless, really. And I don't know if this is up to, this is a factory Wrangler hoop, so I don't know if it's up to spec, and it's got all kinds of cuts and crap in it. So at some point very soon we're gonna redo this. So before I paint, I'm gonna cut a little more of this out, probably right about like such. That way this is easy to cut out without screwing up the paint. It's easy to weld a new one in without screwing up the paint. This is gonna be super hard to cut out, but we'll get to that point where we can, or when we do. So I'm just gonna make a couple trims. We're gonna clean these holes up, and I think that's about it. So all this is cleaned off. So I gotta cut this out a little more, do a little couple welds along there. And then it's gonna be a taping party, cleaning everything off, and then we should be ready to shoot the rest of it in primer. Looks pretty decent out in the sunshine. So we've got quite a bit of like little tiny imperfections that the primer is gonna have to do some work on. All kinds of, like where I weld the holes, you know, none of that's perfect, and that's really just all along here. Pretty wavy. So we definitely have a lot of sanding ahead of us, but I'm gonna put it inside and spray the high build, put it on nice and thick, block it, and then we'll probably do it again and then block it. We might do it even again after that, just like on the doors. We're just gonna get it, like I said, it's gonna be wavy, but we don't want any hard dents, you know, like that. This is so I have a piece of trim that's gonna cover this, luckily, but you know, we don't want anything like that. We just want everything to flow. Even if it's wobbly, we want it to transition smooth. So that's the goal. So the back looks pretty decent. Nothing, I mean, everything is smooth. Not gonna be straight, but it's smooth. So just a couple little lines and areas here and there, and little pits that we're gonna fill in, but looks pretty good. So I'm gonna push it back inside, wipe it down, wet sand a few areas, but we are good to top coat this without sanding it. So I'm gonna get started. Just told you I wasn't going to wet sand it, but I thought just because this shop is so dusty, just in case any dust landed in the primer while it was wet, figured I'd just knock it down real quick. Nothing crazy, just basically went over it, made sure everything's smooth now. So here's my plan. I'm running really good today on time, and that's a mixture of I got off work at a decent time and I didn't have to do much today on this. All I did was spray paint that roll bar for aesthetic reasons, so the thumbnail looks like I made some progress. So what I'm gonna do, you saw me sand that red back there. Originally I was like, well, I'll just run along the whole back. Then I thought, well, it'd probably look a lot nicer if everything above that line was painted. It'd probably look more natural that way. So sanded all that, so we're gonna shoot the sides with primer as well, and then later on we'll tape everything off and I'm planning on rolling on the bed liner. I don't know, I know you can spray it, rolling it on sounds a lot easier, less messy. So anyways, the plan is to shoot that in primer, and then that's going to be the end of this video, because then the next video it's going to be painted, because all I have to do is block the whole thing, prime it again, block it again, and then shoot it, and we're good. So what I'm going to do now, and this will be kind of just so you know what's going on in the future here. So I bought that blue Mini Cooper, and some girl put diesel in it and doesn't run anymore. Didn't pay much money for it at all, and it's been sitting here for about 3 months because I haven't had time to touch it. So I think since it's still nice out and all I have to do is shoot that, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna pull this up and take a look at it. I was told, basically, as far as people putting diesel in gasoline cars, you can drain it and put gas in it and it'll work. So that's what I'm banking on. Was gonna do something silly with this, but it's actually, I think Blue Book is about $5,000 if I clean it up and it runs good. It's only got like 130,000 on it. It's automatic supercharged. This color screams high school girl. So that's the plan. I'm gonna finally, because it should be a simple, so I'm gonna shoot that, jump out to that. That'll be the next video. We'll see how that is. So I'm gonna hit this real quick and we'll have a better result of what everything looks like uniform, because all the red's gonna be hidden and should look pretty sweet. So that's the plan. I'm gonna mix some primer and we're gonna get to it. It is a good feeling to see it all in one color. Unfortunately, this has revealed a lot, especially it sitting in the sun. This has revealed a lot of sloppy Bondo work and Bondo work that I didn't hit at all. So these spots here, when no paint was on it, they looked shallow enough to where, you know, a couple good coats of primer and I can flatten it out. Which I'm gonna block sand this and see how deep they are. There's a good chance there's a couple areas I'm gonna have to knock back down Bondo and then reprime. But it's gonna go really fast because they're just little areas like that. Up there is pretty wavy. There's a good Bondo line. So time will tell what's gonna go on there. But I mean, other than that, like that looks pretty straight. There's a line right there that's really, I mean, you can hardly see it. There's a couple little spots right there. This side is about the same. There's some nastiness right there. There's some feathering we need to do right there. This is all pretty straight, minus some weird little scrape. Down here is wobbly, but straight until we get right here. And then there's a couple more little divots we need to feather out. This side is actually pretty good. Right there is pretty yucky. The back is relatively straight. I ran the primer in those spots because I was trying to lay it heavy. I tried to air it out so it's all bleh. But so back here is actually really pretty decent. There's just a couple little spots and most of them are right there. This whole main part here is actually pretty straight. A little bit of feathering we need to do there. So really it's just, I mean, a couple little nooks and crannies on that other side. This side is gonna take a minute for sure. But other than that, we're sitting pretty well. There's some spots I missed back there, but I'm gonna prime the whole thing again, so I'm not too worried about that. But other than what I just pointed out, I mean, just seeing all this in one color is pretty nice. The interior is gonna look super nice. Wanted to address this. Someone asked on our Facebook page, what's your plans for the roll bar? We're gonna redo this. So plan is to basically just cut this off, make an exact duplicate of it because the height was perfect, like it was a comfortable amount of room. Door bars, we're not gonna be able to swing out because of the doors. And then up here, I don't know if I want to do an 8-pillar bar or just do another hoop right here and then tilt it to meet the windshield. I don't know yet. So basically, long story short, to answer the question, we're not keeping any of this. This is, what is that? Electronically seeing wheel. I forgot what the abbreviation is, but basically that's not up to code. I don't know what that is. So that's all getting redone. Luckily, I mean, two straight down bars. So we got to bend a hoop and bend either 2 8-pillars or another front hoop. So shouldn't be too bad. Get my shadow out of the way, maybe. That's looking pretty good. Just literally seeing it in one color in the sunlight is sick. Still a fair amount of work to do, but the worst is definitely behind us. And now it's just going to be basically sanding it until I am content. You know, I realized a month or so ago, this is not going to be perfect, but I've done a lot of work. I think the back is actually going to look pretty dang good. It's really just that side. If I can feather out this side, take it back down if I need to, and just make it, you know, it's gonna be wobbly and that's cool, but I don't want any hard dents. So that's all I'm shooting for, and that's very doable. So that's where we're at, boys. It looks sick. I didn't think that was gonna look that cool. I think that looks really cool with no lines. That was not my intent at all when I started this. And I actually like that a lot. I think it almost looks like a cartoon car. Like it just is so simple back there. So I'm pumped. That's what we're doing. That's all I got for you. So thank you guys for watching. And I'm gonna go jack up the Mini Cooper. So you'll see that in a minute. And our next video, I guess. And then after that video, this thing's gonna be painted. Still a ton of work to do everywhere else on the car, but at least it'll look nice. At least we're not working on, we'll have one car that is at least one color and painted. It's not gonna be the prettiest, but it will be one car that looks, it's gonna look good. So that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, we'll see you later.